And they came to the place which was called Gethsemane. And the Lord said to his disciples, "Sit and pray." And the Lord looked up and said, "Father, please take this cup from me, but not my will be done, but your will." And soon after, gods came into the garden, and Judas, one of the 12, that is Judas Iscariot, told them, "The one whom I kiss is the one you are after." And he came and kissed Jesus on the cheek. And Jesus asked him, "You betray me with a kiss?" And they went to lay hands on him. And then with a swipe, one of the 12 cut off the ear of one of the guards. But the Lord said to his disciple, "Put away your weapon, for those who live by the sword die by the sword." And Jesus healed the man's ear. And Jesus was sent before the Sanhedrin, who had accused him of blasphemy. The Lord had been mocked and beaten, and was sent to the high priest, who was Caiaphas. And they charged him, but he answered not. And they asked him, "Do you answer nothing? What is it that these men testify against you?" But he kept silent and answered not. And again the high priest asked, "Are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed?" And Jesus replied, "I am. And you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of power and coming with the clouds of heaven." And the high priest tore his clothes and said, "What else do we need?" They had all condemned him and deserving of death. Some of them began to spit, and they blindfolded him and beat him and said, "Prophesy, prophesy, prophesy." And then the priests brought Jesus before Pontius, claiming he was perverting the nation and forbade paying taxes to Caesar. "Are you king of the Jews?" Pontius asked. "It is as you say," Jesus replied. The council continued to accuse him, but he answered not. Then Pontius said, "I find no fault in this man. He is a Galilean. Send him before Herod." Jesus was brought before Herod, a corrupt ruler who had beheaded the Baptist John. He asked him many great things, but Jesus replied not. "No miracle for me?" Herod asked. He mocked the Galilean and adorned him with a robe. "Send him back to Pilate," Herod ordered. Jesus was then returned to Pilate. "I find no fault in this man, nor did Herod," he said. "I shall chastise and release him." "Crucify him," they called, "and release to us Barabbas." In time, Pontius eventually gave in and called for the crucifixion of Jesus. "I wash my hands of this man," Pontius said. Jesus was then sent to be scourged. The gods then chastised Jesus. They adorned his head with the crown of thorns and mocked him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" Then Jesus was sent to be crucified. And then they came to the place called Golgotha, that is, the place of a skull. And they offered him sour wine, but Jesus would not drink. And then they nailed his hands and his feet. And then they divided his garments, casting lots, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet. And a letter was written above him, They read, "This is Jesus, King of the Jews." And Jesus yielded up his spirit, saying,